Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for, what is this, April 15th through the 21st. This will be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're coming up on a full moon this week. This is the start of Holy Week. This is Easter coming up. So, in honor of the occasion, I have my main man and the love of my life joining us here today. We're going to see what is coming up with your energy, Aquarius, what is coming up for the week ahead. Okay, using a different deck this week just because I feel it fits in with this time of year. So if you're interested in the deck, there will be a link in the description as always. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Aquarius. Let's see what's coming up. Your Monday, Tuesday is Count of Swords. Well, isn't that fitting, Aquarius? This is air sign energy. You are an air sign, so you therefore may be coming into the more positive aspects of the air sign quality, coming into that intellectual energy, coming into that clear thinking, that clear mindedness, okay, in making decisions or making some kind of plan in how you're going to be moving forward. This isn't surprising considering the fact that we do have the full moon coming up more towards the middle of the week or middle to end of the week, which from my understanding, and again, I am by no means an astrology expert, so your astrology expertise is more than welcome in the comments, but from my understanding and from what I have read, this is a full moon in Libra opposite from the sun, and therefore it's going to be bringing up a lot of the polarities in our life, which is just a fancy way of saying the opposites in our life, right? You're going to begin seeing how certain aspects of your life may be positively or negatively affecting other aspects of your life. And so this Count of Swords kind of energy is coming into the focus and making things happen, like figuring out what needs to stay, what needs to go. Count of Swords also for me is like take charge kind of energy and being able to separate your emotions from what needs to be done. So therefore, maybe some of you Aquariuses have been having a really hard time letting somebody down or letting somebody know that you're not going to be able to maybe like roll with them the way you did before. So you might be seeing certain people as maybe they're being like just taking way too much of your energy or your time. And so you may be coming into a way where you're able to do what needs to be done and separate it, from it in a calm way, like diffusing it. It doesn't have to be drama. It doesn't have to be an issue, and to also not feel bad about it. Some of you are on this threshold or this cusp of really manifesting some really major abundance, and you're realizing the reason why it hasn't happened yet is because of certain habits that you've had, certain people you've been hanging out with that have been holding you back. So you've known it for a while, but you haven't done anything about it because you feel bad. Like you don't want to say no to people, or you don't want to seem like, you're being a snob, or you're just like going MIA or like whatever. But some of you are realizing, you know what, I'm going to have to get out of this current energy. I'm going to have to get out of this current group. I'm going to have to get out of this current vibe. I'm going to have to find a different job, whatever it might be. You're realizing that it's time for a shift and for a move, and you're not feeling guilty about it anymore. And you're coming into a very like clear way of making it happen, or coming up with a clear action plan of making it happen. Some of you are taking some kind of legalities in the beginning of the week. I just heard legalities. Well, I don't know if legalities is a word any of you use. But it could be that maybe some of you are also having to look into some kind of contracts or agreements or some kind of negotiation. So maybe some of you are preparing to start a new venture, and so you're having to bring some legal paperwork into it. Or maybe some of you are preparing to end something, and you're having to bring legal paperwork into it. But I do feel there's something coming in terms of like protection, or protection for yourself. Okay, very strong protection energy for yourself. And I feel that for some of you it is coming by way of like legal stuff, legal agreements, legal forms, contracts, whatever it may be. If it's like liability waivers or a prenup or a divorce settlement or like a arbitration agreement or something, there's something coming in the beginning of the week for many of you where it's to clear energy but also like to protect you. And that's one of the great things about Count of Swords. It is energy about like negotiation, it is energy about trying to find a win-win whenever possible. So just something in releasing of guilt, something in like self-protection coming in the beginning of the week for a lot of you Aquarius. Your Wednesday, Thursday, my darlings, is eight of coins. So this is obviously going to be a card in reference to finances, okay? But this can also have to do with study, study or like preparation or workshops or licensing or broadening out a skill set that's going to be benefiting you financially down the road or in the future. I am getting more of like a studenty vibe from this though, more so than a money vibe. Maybe whatever this is going to pay off for you down the road. But at right now, anyway, it feels a little bit more academic or a little bit more intellectual to me. So maybe some of you are preparing to do something where you're investing time into some self-study, like learning or picking up some things on your own. Those of you who maybe are more creative, you might be studying certain modalities or things like that if you're in a creative field. For other ones of you, you may full on be going back to school, okay? And for some of you, it might be a part of some kind of an agreement. Maybe some of you are manifesting some kind of situation where you have an opportunity for a promotion or moving up or something, or a job offer or something, but it's contingent on the fact that you go to school, or it's contingent on the fact that you pick up some new skill set. I don't know, maybe some of you are inheriting money in some way, or somebody's going to be giving you money, but they might be like having you agree that you're going to go to school for some reason, which is a very odd and very specific thing, but it came to me and I heard it, so if I hear it, I'm going to say it, right? And maybe there is somebody out there who's like, oh my god, that's totally my situation. But for whatever it may be, for some of you there could be something happening here with studying or having an agreement or agreeing that you're going to study in exchange for either financial help or a position or a job, or all of the above, maybe for some of you. But there is a sense or a feeling of like learning, right? It's almost like I'm looking at this too, and intuitively it's jumping out at me like he's like kind of just chilling here and like watching, but like he's learning, right? Like I just feel like there's something here with learning, a very, very strong sense of learning, because even though it's Eight of Pentacles, also it's like it's almost like they're not all there. These two are still kind of like horseshoes or like whatever, Eight of Coins, right? These are like two coins and these are horseshoes. Like the luck is coming in, but you're learning right now on how to bring in those pentacles or those coins. That's what it feels like to me intuitively. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my darlings, is Two of Coins. So yeah, yep, there it is. That just sealed the deal for me. Two of Coins is a card about a lot going on, where you have a lot of different obligations and responsibilities. So I do feel some of you are gonna be doing some kind of study or preparing to do some kind of study, because I just thought of it and it made me think of a time in my life when I was working like 3 jobs and going to school to be a paralegal. That was years and years ago, and that's just kind of like what it made me think of. It kind of gave me that kind of vibe, when I was looking at the Eight of Coins and I went over to the Two of Pentacles. It gave me just that energy of trying to hold down many things. So some of you have family obligations, maybe you're a parent, so on top of that there's going to school, on top of that there's trying to bring money in. So some of you are going to have your hands full, or you're preparing to have your hands full. It's going to be coming in, that you're going to be super duper busy. For some of you, I'm hearing this is a blessing in disguise, because you may be having like some kind of borderline depression, or you may be having something that is bringing you down. Now, I am in no way saying that um, uh, being busy is always a cure for these things. There's definitely times or moments where you do need to take a time out, and you do need to focus on therapy and meditation and healing and praying. There's definitely stages like that, and for some of you, you may be in that energy, but for other ones of you, it's like this busy time is going to be a bit of a blessing, because you're going to need to stay focused, and you're going to need to be bringing in progress and accomplishments and things that are going to help bring your self-esteem up, so you're feeling good about yourself, before you address the things that maybe are causing the depression, so for some of you, this is a blessing in disguise in that way. Some of you are feeling like you have a lot of work to do on yourself, and you're being way too hard on yourself. Okay, way too hard on yourself. Just remind yourself that we all do the very best that we can with the tools that we have, right? If you knew how to do better in that moment, you would have done it. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to be a jerk today. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to mess up my life today. Nobody wakes up and says, I want people to hate me today. Unless they're like a really, really like, that's a whole other story. But majority of the people who are, and even then, majority of the people, they feel like they're doing something good, right? They feel like if somebody is hating them, that then it's right for that person to hate them because it means something else, or like, whenever people are doing things, they're generally in the belief that what they're doing is for the best and highest interest for themselves in their life, or the highest interest for the grand scheme of things. People, even when people are doing low vibrational things, they're typically doing it with the belief that in somehow it's serving good, or it's serving a good purpose, or it's serving a good cause. So come out of that self-judgment. You may see now ways that you wish you had done things differently. That's wonderful. It means that you've opened your eyes, you've seen, you've kind of advanced a level or two here, and that's what life is. We all go through it. There's nobody who's like ever gonna be in a situation where they are completely and totally 100% like perfect and completely and totally enlightened, and never make mistakes, or never look back and say, man, I really wish I had handled that with a higher vibrational energy, because we're constantly ascending. If we were enlightened to that level, we'd be in the spirit world, right? We'd be an angel right now. So don't be so hard on yourself. And Two of Pentacles is very much also, or Two of Coins is very much that energy of, bring in the spoonful of sugar with the medicine. Find ways to take a break, find ways to have fun, find ways to find enjoyment in what you're doing, right? And before you know it, this busyness will really begin to pay off. Okay, especially those of you who are going to have a lot of different irons in the fire right now, which may be happening for some of you. As always, my dears, check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are gonna resonate with you more than others. They may just bring a little few extra little tidbits of information depending on your planetary makeup. Love videos are in the link to the description of this video, and I am in a couple of days going to do mid-month videos, and you guys voted and you've asked me to do a cross-watching edition for the mid-month as opposed to the regular mid-month love video. So I will do a cross-watcher. I will cover love, obviously, but I'll also try to see in terms of if it's not a romantic situation, if some of you need to cross-watch about like a work situation or a family situation, I'll try to include that in there too. Whatever comes up, we'll see what Spirit wants to talk about. So if you hit the subscribe button, notification, if you haven't already, you'll get a notice when those videos are loaded. If you would like a private reading, some of you have been asking me when the next sale is going to be. It's not going to be anytime soon, not because I don't want to give you a sale, but simply because the last time I announced the sale, the calendar filled up like 3 months in advance. And I'm just starting to get caught up. And it's like, it's very tiring. And I want to do a good job. I want to give you good readings. Obviously, it's going to be great for me to have the calendar super full and all of that. But at the same time, I don't want to be so burnt out that I'm not giving you guys good readings. So there won't be a sale, probably not for another few months. In the meantime, I do have affordable options. My 15-minute audio readings start as low as like $20. So If you go to the Calendly link and you click on the different options, it'll open up and you'll be able to see the prices. You know, some of you have been asking about that as well. But I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for being here. I will see you during the week on the daily messages. I will see you on social media, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Take care.